Hi, welcome to Topical Talk. My name is Jim Cirencio, and I'm here with my co-host, Matthew Robert, and also Rob DiLorenzo.
We're back.
Okay. First thing I want to mention is, first, some problems that Greenberg doesn't have, that Greenbergians should be happy about, working with the Journal News.
Right.
Bradley, White Plains mayor, is in all sorts of problems with an ethics probe.
Okay.
Not a problem in Greenberg. Village may okay hunting to cull deer. Croton on Hudson. They're going to have a deer hunt. They are so overrun with deer.
Overrun with deer,
We have
yeah.
deer. Greenberg has deer.
Yeah.
But we're not overrun like that.
A lot of people don't know that, but we do have a lot
Report,
of people.
overhaul Mount Vernon High. Mount Vernon has to overhaul their entire high school.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, very good. I didn't know.
Channel 12 did a thing on this Cablevision. Bronxville says unruly teenagers are a problem. Teenagers from outside of Bronxville are coming to Bronxville on Friday and Saturday nights and just hanging out, skateboarding. It's a beautiful place. It's safe. It's
Teenagers
wonderful.
are unruly everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, any teenager's a pain in the neck, right?
But could you imagine coming into your town?
claiming that their teenagers are unruly.
But in your town?
Most teenagers are a pain in the coolie.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Well,
Okay,
let's talk a little about what you wanted to discuss. You had some
Well, I
questions.
wanted to bring up about the JetBlue incident. With
Steven Slater.
Steven Slater. And listen, Matthew, and
Steven Slater.
listen, for people who are overworked, I always said cost of living, overworked and underpaid and underappreciated, and people are listen, every time I fly in a plane, people are, in the fuselage, they are very
Sure.
rude.
The employees, the attendants?
No, the passengers. Anytime, anyone dealing with the public, those people, they really get hit very hard
they're
by
entitled,
rude
yeah.
people who are very rude. And
Well,
I see the way they act in there.
I pay my money
the way they
for
treat
the
them.
seat.
Right.
And compared to the way it used to be, you know what I mean? I'm getting rude treatment.
From
They don't give me a sandwich anymore. They charge you $5 for water. It's
Well, that may be
$10 to put, $40 to put on a bag. It's just insane.
But you know
So
what? I believe
everybody's
in
antagonistic.
that old theory. You get more with honey.
More bees with honey?
More bees with honey.
But
right.
do you know that people said that
treat
he
people
was
with
surly as soon as they came in?
Say that
Yeah,
again.
they-
I can't-
yeah. They said
Some
he was
witnesses said he was
snippy from the get-go.
Snippy from
He
the
was
get-go.
snippy from the get-go.
Which I could see.
Well, then you know what? He
Don't
should.
make it snippy
Then
from
you
the
know,
get-go.
if he's the problem of
You
all
get
this, then he
snippy
should
later.
not get a reality show. I'm sorry.
He's already got it.
No, you know, Matt, did I tell you? Didn't I tell you when we heard this on the news? I called you up right away. I said, Matt, this guy's going to become rich and famous, and he's going to have his own reality show. Did I not?
You did.
Sure enough, a few nights
And he
ago, they
will.
said now he's going to have a reality show.
God bless them.
Land of the
We
free.
have fun if you guys.
Okay, but if I could just say, you know, for what he did, you know, they're saying that he should be arrested or fined with the emergency shoot. But seriously, if somebody really, let's say he did get injured. I heard he got injured by the package hitting him in the head. Is that true?
That was the dispute.
That was the
supposedly,
dispute.
Allegedly.
Yeah, right, correct. And maybe he had a nervous breakdown and he had to emergency and had to get out of the plane.
Right, but I mean, it was a.
Is it right or
He
wrong?
grabbed beer and jumped out the chute. What do you
Yeah,
mean,
so we're
emergency?
gonna
You need
emergency
a
drink.
drink.
grab
You-
beer.
Who did you need a drink? You have to slide down.
One was for his lover, one beer was for his lover, and one was for him. He was very thoughtful in that way, right?
So anything else you got?
And he
anything else
moseyed
you
off
guys
the runway.
Yeah,
have
right.
anything else you want to discuss?
Okay, what about the mosque? Matt, yeah, I know you
Yeah,
want to speak
well-
on this topic.
The mosque in
Ground zero.
Ground Zero. That's a hot topic.
Hot topic.
Well, how can you dispute it if you wouldn't have a dispute with a Catholic church there or a temple there? What's the problem with a mosque there?
I know they, like Obama said, freedom of religion, that, you know, there may be a few bad apples in the Muslim
Right.
religion, you know, that you can't discriminate against all of
A
them.
very small, fanatic, freaky fringe. Very, very tiny. Very
Yeah.
tiny.
I mean,
Right.
I see both sides.
So I see both
as far as-
sides too, right?
I mean, it is a sensitive area,
Right.
9/11, Ground Zero.
Right.
But people shouldn't assume when they see Muslim people going into an Islamic center that they're all terrorists. That's
Right.
You
No,
know,
and
that
that's
can't
true.
be. You know, that has to stop. But you know, I would think that
Tough issue.
it's a tough issue.
Tough issue.
I-
Remember
I-
the
I
thought
think
you said to me that you feel like the leaders, some Muslim leaders that are very good people, you know, should come out and speak, saying, you know
More
what,
statements.
statements maybe more or
Right.
less stating, you know, we will put it 2 blocks down to show respect to the American people. Didn't you mention that to me?
Yeah, I mean, well, on one hand, the Islamic leaders should say, you know, I see there's a lot of, they could say, and it might benefit the stereotype of what maybe Americans have of Muslim people, which,
Right.
they think, maybe they think, oh, terrorist activity,
Right,
which we know is not the case with all Muslims.
right,
It's a
right.
minority.
But the problem I
Right.
see with that is that there's so many different factions, there's different countries, the religion has different leaders in
Right.
different countries. It's very
Yeah,
hard
no,
to
it's
say,
definitely a
you know,
difficult
this is the
situation.
leader, this leader is going to come out with a statement. So
Well,
you know,
not like,
a
I
tough
mean,
position
It's a
for
difficult
them- for
situation, no
people to be
question
in,
about it.
for-
Right.
where any prominent Muslim person, a good PR move, I think, for Muslim people in general, will come out and say, listen, we realize this is a sensitive area.
Right, to the American.
You know, our intentions are good. You could follow where we're getting
But
funded.
I think there's been a lot of statements.
And maybe we'll
like
move
that.
to Soho,
A lot of statements
Midtown.
have been made.
I mean, my opinion, that would be a good thing. This way, maybe Americans will think differently about the Muslim.
They could help
Well,
people get past what, you know.
The
yeah,
Muslim
well, we need to
religion.
get together, no question about it. It needs to be accommodation.
Right, right.
Anyway,
Okay.
at this point,
Right.
I'd like to talk a little bit about our guest today, who we have on the show.
Yeah, no, I thought it was very interesting.
Today, we're going to have Vinny Houston, who is a cardiac rehabilitation therapist.
Right.
He runs an office in Yonkers. And he is also an inventor, and he has invented a table which allows the patient themselves to control their stretching. And we've got 2 physical therapists here, so they got a lot to ask him about.
Right,
and
definitely.
maybe we'll put Rob on the table and see just how this works.
God help us if I'm on the table.
So let's meet Vinny Houston, a Greenberg resident, and also an inventor of this new physical therapy table.
No, very interesting. Yes, and it
Looking
looks
forward
like
to hearing what he has to say.
definitely, and it looks like a great a great device that makes the patient more independent.
And I hope he turns into some type of contortionist.
You could.
Okay, let's go.
Oh wow, that's great.
Okay, we're here with our guest, Vinny Houston. Vinny, you've already met Rob and
Right, yeah.
Matthew. And so let's talk first a little bit about your background. Where were you born, your education, your experience?
Okay, I'm a Bronx boy. I came to Westchester about 25 years ago, living right here in Hartsdale. Went to college at Manhattan College, physical education major, and my master's degree was in exercise physiology.
Very good.
Currently, I run 2 cardiac rehab centers. One is in Yonkers, right by the racetrack, and one is in Yorktown Heights. So we work with patients after heart attacks, bypasses, angioplasties, valve repairs, valve replacements, stents, and been there 23 years in Yonkers.
23 years.
Coincidentally, just so your viewers know, a facility has just recently closed in Eastchester. It's the 3rd one in the last 2 years. Things are getting pretty tough in the healthcare field. So I'm here to let them know that I'm still here. So if you've had any of those conditions and you're looking for a place that's health enhancement on Yonkers Avenue in Yonkers.
If I could just say, it's like what we spoke about on earlier shows about, you know, the healthcare crisis and decreased reimbursements. You said you started in
1988.
88, and the reimbursements. We're still providing the same good quality care, okay, that Vinny did, and even to today, and reimbursements are going lower and lower.
Lower and lower and lower.
And cost of living and rents keep going up and up.
Everything.
It's like a losing battle. It's a shame.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
only
bad
reason I'm still there is we do other services as well, whereas other facilities only did cardiac rehab. We do massage therapy, we do diagnostic testing, we do Holter monitors, Holter scans.
Oh, that's great.
And we also do a very, very good therapy called EECP. It's enhanced external counterpulsation. And what that does, it's a series of cuffs that goes around your leg and your waist.
Right.
And you're hooked up on it with an EKG. In between heartbeats, the cuffs squeeze
Squeeze you.
and it sends extra blood into the heart.
Wow.
And what it does is, your heart, when you have a blockage, naturally builds up extra circulation. They call that collateral circulation.
Collateral circulation. Right.
So this machine enhances the development of that collateral circulation. It's an incredible therapy.
Now, somewhere along in your career, you became an inventor.
I'm an
isn't that
inventor,
correct?
yes.
So could you tell us what is your invention, the most recent one, or the one that you brought today?
I actually did one semester of engineering before I went into physical
Okay.
education.
That's an important
So
part,
somehow
right?
it came back in. Like
What
that-
made you
as-
leave and then go into?
I don't know. As my family was all ready to kill me, like, why are you leaving engineering to be a gym teacher?
I'm sure.
Well, now I own my businesses and I have an invention. So
Nothing wrong with gym teaching.
I've kind of rolled everything.
Nothing wrong,
Nothing
right,
wrong with that.
nothing wrong with it,
It's,
yeah.
So anyway, this newest invention
No, well, that's very good.
is a stretching device. Staffing is difficult, and you're trying to work with your patients, and you're trying to stretch them out, and many people have gone to a therapist and they grab your leg and they hold you and they
We
push
put your
against-
leg up on the shoulder,
shoulder
yeah,
and they
yeah,
tell
I
you to
get that.
push and they push,
Right.
and they get, and they're off balance and
It's fatiguing to
it's
you and your
fatiguing
therapist because
to
they're
the
doing that all
therapist-
day long.
For the therapist, can be bothersome from his
Right.
back. If you got a very big guy and a woman, a
Right,
small
right.
girl, PT, not
Right.
that they're not strong.
Bad body mechanics.
Body
for the
mechanics.
PT.
There's some people get uncomfortable.
Right,
Guy
right.
on gal.
That's really
Right,
good.
right.
I'm all for making the healthcare professional's job as easy as
As
possible.
easy as possible.
Right.
This
Work.
this will not
Definitely, especially with the high
replace.
volume that we've been seeing. Right? Okay. Sorry to
I'm sorry,
interrupt you.
sorry guys.
Yeah, sorry.
This will not replace the physical therapist. It's actually a tool. It's for him to be able to watch and supervise his patient while they're stretching
Right, right.
without straining,
Right.
without
Just so
struggling.
you know, I'm surrounded by physical therapists. That's why. Because they're all therapists.
Therapists are taking over and
That's right.
eliminating lawyers.
But now I
No,
notice
I'm
this
just kidding,
appears
Jim.
to be a table, and then it has a large cushion back here on this side.
Right.
So without explaining in detail, could you just tell us briefly how does it work? What does it do?
The unit itself is an attachment that goes on to almost any treatment table.
Do you want to come around this way to show the audience?
Sure, let's go around.
And so there's a chassis underneath. Oops, let me grab that. There's a chassis underneath that attaches to the bottom of the table. And this then attaches to that chassis. So the arm is removable and the chassis is on the bottom. And it is motorized. So right now you can see you can push against it as hard as you want. It's not going to move. And then it's just a matter of advancing it forward or back, depending
Oh, that's
on
great.
depending
Look
on,
at that.
on
height
the
of the
person's.
person.
Not necessarily, well, the height, this also
How
adjusts.
flexible they are, right?
The pad will adjust up or down
I see.
for different size legs, but this is where do you want to start? Some people are
Depending on the
very,
person's ability.
right.
Right,
Some people are very,
flexibility.
very inflexible. At my center, guys that go to touch their toes and they get to their knees. So,
Right.
and then we do this and eventually they get a little further and further and further.
the idea.
And some people can touch their toes right away. They might just naturally gifted and they can stretch. My grandmother at
the ones
99
who
was able to touch her toes. Like, how did
What's
you
that?
do that?
Those are the ones who discharge this.
Oh, yeah, when they reach their goal, they discharge it, right,
But
correct.
you still want to stretch, and even if you can start, if you can only start way down here, or
Right.
you can start at 90 degrees and go beyond.
Go beyond, yeah.
That's
yeah.
again up to the
Totally
therapist to
adjustable. Wow.
set to get that setting.
No, I think it's a fabulous idea of invention. And again, it's not eliminating the therapist, it's aiding and working along with the therapist
And then
to
well,
benefit the patient.
Once the patient,
hold it.
thank you. Once the patient has the routine,
Right,
now the therapist can be working on the next patient,
right.
still
right,
supervising the stretch,
Right, right,
and this economic crunch time.
right.
If we can get one more patient started 10 minutes earlier,
Right.
while you're still supervising them,
Yeah, it helps
then
you
then
with
it,
delivering
it
quality,
gets
quality
keeps
care.
your flow moving.
Right.
You're not just holding a leg when you can be doing an ultrasound
Right,
or,
right,
so-
right.
or some
No, I
other
think
or
I-
some other more intense treatment.
Now, let me
Correct,
ask you a
yeah.
question
No,
for the
fabulous.
budding inventors out there.